I honestly don't get how this flick isn't a full-blown cult classic. While yeah, it definitely has its fans and, you know, its own little cult status, there's also a solid crowd of people who do not care for the pseudo-Demon Knight sequel, the vampire sex horror comedy Bordello of Blood.
Welcome to the Bordello of Blood.
Lucy, I'm home!
My brother's been gone for days.
This is your brother? Wow. Same parents?
I mean, seriously, it's nearly the first of its kind. We sort of had other films, you know, before this, like Vamp, and later on with films like the cheap but fun Devil's Den, Long Live Sawa. And of course, the far more successful From Dusk Till Dawn.
I mean, what was Dusk Till Dawn? That one sucked.
It was awful.
You know what I mean? I mean, that came out and that kind of gave vampire movies a bad name for a long time.
Right.
There are plenty of videos and whatnot out there chronicling the making of the film, most notably the documentary made for the film's Blu-ray, Tainted Blood, the making of Bordello of Blood. Richard Donner basically helped get Corey cast here right after Corey got out of rehab. He was trying to throw him a bone and whatnot. So he basically managed to get him a part in the movie. Shout out to Richard Donner. Rest in peace. Needless to say, Corey went all out promoting the film, even having multiple appearances on Howard Stern at the time, where he did not mince words about, you know, his time working with Dennis Milelr.
Now, I have never gotten along with Dennis Milelr, and I know that you didn't
Well, you've
as
had
well.
moments.
Yeah.
You know, the hardcore decision is, hey, I'll save myself for an Arsenio appearance. I'll save myself for a Jay Leno appearance.
Like I said, I understood all the pragmatic aspects
And
of
then
this.
you know every
You just
show.
didn't do it right.
I admire him as a comic. I think he's very funny,
He's a very
but the
funny
guy
man.
has a personality quirk, I'll call it. I don't know what it is. What was your experience on the set?
Well, without delving too much into the nitty-gritty of
Go
it,
ahead.
you know, he used to do an act where he did a bit opening with me, this Michael Jackson, Corey Feldman joke,
Yeah.
you know, that everybody was doing, and, you know, he did this
But
big
did you-
HBO special where he opened it up,
Right.
you know,
He goofed
dancing.
on you?
You're right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I'm like, you know, he's like, hey, man, no hard feelings. Oh, no, I don't care.
Wait a
It's
second.
funny.
So now,
Thank you. That of course would be your big live Corey Feldman opening.
So we're supposed to do this scene, and I said to Dennis, I said, you know, Dennis, we should write something together, you know, per the director and the producer who wanted us to kind of get together, Gil Adler and Alan Katzer. You know, they said, well, why don't you guys come up with it? Because I write all my own stuff, and Dennis writes his stuff, and then Gil and
whoa. You
Alan-
mean you're going to write your own lines, you mean?
Well, that's what I
For
usually
the movie?
do. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you
yeah.
usually have a script that
Well, they
you would
have
follow?
a script, but, you know, when people do comedy, they let the comedy people
I understand what
write.
you're saying.
I mean, Dennis was doing an official rewrite for his own stuff,
Okay.
and then he'd hand it in to the producers.
Go ahead.
You know, on my stuff, I just improvise.
Right.
So I said, Dennis, let's get together and let's write something
Right.
so we can come up with, you know, something really funny. Yeah, babe, that sounds great, man. We'll have to do that, you know.
Yeah, like laughing at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, and we had been, you
Like
know,
only he's capable of doing that, not you.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, let's name the hit movies he's been in. Zero. Am I right? How many hit movies have you been in? A lot.
That's exactly right.
Right. Big
You know,
difference.
16 #1 theatrical films here. He gives me an idea, you know, and he goes, why don't, okay, I got an idea, man. I say this and you say that, and I say this and you say that, and I say this.
Right.
And I go,
Now, everyone knows on a set that you don't tell another actor what to say.
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's-
No, not really. It doesn't work for me.
Go ahead.
You know, I go, you know, why don't we try something else? He goes, you know what, Feldman, I can't write with you. You're too constrictive as far as comedy writing goes.
So, in other words, he came up with something that you didn't
that I
like.
didn't like. So I do this thing, we're rehearsing, and I'm thinking of things to say. He does a thing where he shoots me 6 times.
Yeah.
I fall back into a bunch of barrels.
Go ahead.
I look up, and I go, hey, where are you going, cha-cha?
Right. All
Which
right.
is funny.
Nice line.
Everybody laughs.
Go
You know,
ahead,
Big,
yeah.
huge laugh on the set.
Doesn't like to be called Cha-Cha, I bet.
No, not
He doesn't
at
like him
all.
getting
Right.
So
laugh,
Dennis says,
probably.
oh, not at all.
he didn't
not
like
at
it.
all.
Right.
So
Dennis says-
Dennis says, Hey, babe, you know, you can't use that line because that, you know, I patented that. You know, and a couple people didn't get the joke, and they go, what's so funny? What's so funny? And he's, it's a, you know, line I used to use. And I'm like, oh, come on, Dennis, man. I think he's joking with me. You know?
He invented the word cha-cha?
Right, you know, so I think
he wrote that. Oh, so he's saying he wrote that line.
Right.
Oh, I see.
So I'm like, well, you know, what do you, I mean, that's, you know, you're joking, right?
Right.
He's like, no, man, I'm serious. You know, but he's got that cocky kind of look.
He doesn't want you get.
He comes out on the last take.
Yeah.
The last take.
The Comedy Genius.
He comes at the Comedy Genius. Comes out and he watches the monitor and he's standing next to the director and he sees me do it and he takes his script and throws it on the floor.
What a baby.
And he goes up to my assistant.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You tell your boss that I'm gonna thump his head for doing that."
Thump his head. He can't. You can kick his ass, couldn't you?
In a second.
In a
But
second.
he says, don't tell him not to come near me for the rest of this show. Thanks, babe. But the point is that, you know, during the entire film,
he hosed you.
And it wasn't just me, though. He treated people badly, and that's what bothered me.
Well, let me tell you, that'll come back to bite him in his ass.
It will.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's been fascinating. Actually has. You finally exposed him for the jerk that he is.
I think the nail in the coffin, so to speak, was when Dennis Miller went on Jay Leno to promote the film and said, "Nobody wants to see this movie. It sucks." Yeah, that kind of kills it.
I couldn't find the footage he was talking about, but I have seen it before. It's out there. And even Dennis Miller did the whole talk show circuit, you know, promoting this film.
Your film now, Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood. You got to go see it, folks. They paid me too much. If this thing doesn't open, I am out of the loop.
No, when does it? Oh, August 16th. August 16th.
August 16th.
And you still...
I may be the only guy in the world who actually likes Dennis Miller in this movie. His presence alone makes the film feel like a TV episode of Tales from the Crypt, doesn't it? In a good way. I mean, with all these elements, we get a pretty solid, sexy, slapstick horror comedy that just feels right.
I noticed that I left my dick back at the hotel, and...
All this got me thinking, though. What are some of your favorite Tales from the Crypt episodes? I got a short list going. I'm thinking of doing like a top 10. Let me know yours down in the comments. I've just been falling in love all over again with this show recently. Please subscribe, like, and especially comment, guys. It all helps to make the channel grow, and I am trying to grow the channel here with you. Staunch gang, love ya. Get some sleep.